Welcome to Freestyle Disc Golf. This is Arek Robinson's private course, and we're going to be playing the shorts, or his glow course. You have Ross Marshall, Nate Hensley, and Arek Robinson playing. First up is Ross Marshall. Throws out a little short left. Next we have first timer on Freestyle Disc Golf, Nate Hensley, who throws a great looking shot here. And finally, the owner of the course, Arek Robinson.
Oh, come on, but it's all right.
He gets a little razzed
Way
by
to get
somebody
me.
squealing their tires.
Got me good.
Perfect timing, but he throws a great shot anyway. Ross from about 33 feet. And he starts off with a good putt on hole one, birdie. A birdie for Nate. And a tap-in birdie for Arek. So, good start for these guys. Hole two is a short hole, but pretty tight with all these scattered little trees right off the tee. Ross puts it right under the basket. Nate puts it pretty close for birdie. And a good shot from Arek. He's going to have to hit a little bit of a putt on this little precision basket. And he does, birdie.
Well, you have to. It's a precision.
Nate stretched way out for birdie. Good putt. And Ross will tap in his birdie, so 2 star frames in a row to start the round. Ross puts that one close. Nate with a similar line.
I think it'll burn down more.
Puts it right next to Ross, maybe a little closer to the basket than Ross. Arek is a little wide. He's got a putt for birdie, but he wanted to be closer, I'm sure. And it's in. Looking like another star frame to start the first 3 holes. There it is. So everyone is 3 under par through 3 holes. Ross up first again, throwing a forehand. Hits some foliage there and comes down short left. Nate looks like he's opting for the same line. A little inside of where Ross was, but he puts that close. And Arek goes a little deep. This is a pretty long putt for birdie from Ross. Outside the circle. Great putt. Let's watch that one again. Arek from about 22 feet. Good birdie. And Nate from about 12 feet. And that's 4 star frames in a row. This is a short but tight gap. Ross chooses the backhand. As you can see, the basket's behind this wall of trees, so you have to go left or right. that should be in the circle for Nate. Same line from Arek with a little more height, and I think he's a little closer to Nate. Ross from about 24 feet to an elevated basket. Good putt. Oh, Nate just a little low. So 2 birdies and 1 par. Assuming that Nate taps this par in. So Ross and Arek have birdied the first 5 holes, and Nate has gotten 4 out of the first 5. As you can see, this basket's tucked back there behind a bunch of trees again. Looks like the biggest line is on the left side, forehand. Ross decides to go high with a tactic and clips some trees. He'll have a long putt. Arek with the same line with a glow T-bird. And I think he goes a little long. It looks a little sawed off from Nate. Yeah, he hits an early tree. He's got some work to do. Ooh, trying to throw it in. That was a great shot. That should give him a par. Ross from about 60 feet uphill. Good run, just a little right. Par for Ross, most likely. And Arek with the last chance to go 6 in a row. Good putt. 6 birdies in a row for Arek. And 2 tap-in pars.
Oh, Mando's, okay.
Hole 7, probably one of the harder holes on this layout. Has a double mando, but you shouldn't really miss that double mando. It's not super far off the tee. Arek lining up the forehand. He lets that go a little early with a little too much hyzer and hits the tree, the guardian tree in the middle. We're also going to try that same line. Misses the guardian tree, and he'll have a nice looking putt for birdie. Nate just doesn't get the height on that he wanted. Oh, this looks great. Just a little short left, but that was a great run from Nate. Here's Gaia, Arek's dog. Arek wants to give this a run to see if he can stay 7 for 7. Just a little bit long. Good birdie from Ross. Kind of a tester putt for Arek for his par. From about 23 feet. A little high in the chains, but those mock X's like to catch pretty much everything. And tap in par for Nate. Ross is a little left and a little low, but he sneaks over those bushes and should have a look for his birdie. Looks like he may be running the basket, but he needs that to slow down. There's a slope on the green that moves from left to right. This looks like a great shot from Nate. He should be close. Yeah, Arek definitely went down the hill a little ways. Throwing his up shot towards the basket. Throws it between my legs. Another birdie from Ross. And a good birdie from Nate. And Arek with the par. Here comes Guy running right at me. Hole 9 is a short hole that finishes to the left, going downhill, tucked behind some trees. It's a pretty strange line. Ross tries to go with the forehand turnover, just pulls it a little too inside. Nate with the hyzer. And that's on the green. Arek gonna try the same line that Ross did. That's a little high. Gets a nice little kick. He should have a look. Ross is close for par. Arek wasn't happy with that attempt on the bird. Here's Nate for a pretty close birdie. Solo birdie on such a short hole. And 2 pars. The score is tight after 9 holes. It's 7 down for Ross, 6 down for Nate, and 6 down for Arek. That looked like a good shot from Nate. Ross hyzer's out at the end. It's going to give him about a 25-foot putt for birdie. Arek, who chained out on this earlier for an ace, hits off the rock and park job. Another good putt from Ross for birdie. That was a little closer than I thought. Nate with the birdie, and it's looking like another star frame for these fellas. So this hole has a low ceiling off the tee, blind shot. Nice and low. That's about 21 feet for a birdie. Ross gonna try the turnover forehand with a tactic. He just doesn't get the turn. He needed a little more anhyzer on that disc. Arek rips it real quick and parks it. Hits the base. That's definitely a birdie. Here's about a 50-foot putt for Ross for his birdie. Might have been a little more than 50 feet, but hits off the band, which is hard because there's not much band on this basket. Just didn't get the commitment on that putt. So it looks like it's going to be 2 pars, and Arek with a drop-in birdie. That's a great line from Arek. That should be pretty close. They're playing to the silver basket in front of that bushy tree you see down there. Similar line, but a little wider from Nate. Ooh, Ross pulls it right towards the walker. Doesn't quite get the pop on that putt that he wanted and misses short. Couple inches low for Nate. And another tap-in birdie for Arek. And a par for Ross and a par for Nate. So Arek takes the lead with that last birdie. Going with the forehand turnover flex. And he puts that close. This hole's pretty straightforward, kind of wide open, a little bit uphill. Oh, and he almost gets the ace. I know he wanted that one. Ross is a little more left than he wanted to be, but he's got a inside the circle putt for birdie. And he got it. Nate after the near ace. That's 2 birdies. And another star frame. They're throwing down to that elevated basket that's on the stump, the silver one. That's a little long for Arek. Easy to do, it's pretty significantly downhill on this shot. Nate choosing the flex line, hoping that it'll just dump out and stay. Oh, hits the last tree, needed to miss. Might still have a good looking putt from there. Ross with a good looking shot, but goes a little long as well. So Arek's way down the hill, pretty far from the basket. This would be a huge putt. And he just puts it close. Ross with a pretty big putt from pretty far down the hill. Great putt from Ross. Birdie, he's putting his face off in this round. Oh, just a little low from Nate. Easy to do on an elevated basket. Especially after someone just hits a huge putt like Ross did. So, looking like 2 pars and a birdie.
It's over.
With 4 holes to go, Ross and Arek are at double digits, 10 under par. And Nate is 2 behind at 8 under. This one's tucked back in there. You have to hit a low ceiling and a gap about 200 feet off the tee. Arek's gonna try to go over the top. Doesn't quite get the width he wanted, but he'll have about a 50-foot putt for birdie from there. That's a great angle out of Nate's hand. He gets the slide onto the green. That's a great shot. Ross gonna try to pipe it through those 2 skinny trees you see right in front of the basket. Doesn't quite get it. Kicks left, but he's close to the basket for par. Arek, about 40 feet. Nate, good looking putt for birdie, about 20 feet. Gets it. And 2 tap-in pars. So Nate gets a stroke back. He's only down 1. This is one of the harder holes on this course. This is not a hard course, but this one's pretty far uphill. He pulls that right, misses the tree. He'll have a look from there. Not what he wanted. Ross lets that go a little bit early, and he stops short. Arek also pulls his right just like Nate did, but misses the tree, so he might have a look as well. Ross puts it close for par. He's got some branches in his way here for Arek. Let's see if he can get he goes over the top, hits the top of the basket. Nate with a similar distance, a little more left, so those branches aren't as in the way. Oh, and he bangs a great looking putt. Ties it up with that one. Let's watch it again. Par for Ross, and a tap-in par for Arek. All tied up with 2 holes to go. Here's one of the shorter holes on the course. There is a big tree that is right in front of the basket, so you can't see the basket. Nate kind of gets hung up, but he rolls out to about 10 feet. Ross with a beautiful park job. Arek decides to take the backhand route with a titanium zone. Smooth shot, but I think that's a little inside. Yeah, he hits the guardian tree, and he's in there. You really don't want to be in this tree. He's looking for a line, see if he can make this putt so he doesn't fall behind. Doesn't look like there's much of a line. He might go high and see if he can punch it through.
Is out?
Yeah.
Sure.
He really wants this one to stay on pace with the other 2. Yeah, he's close for par. Nate with the easy birdie. Ross will come tap in his easy birdie. And Arek with the disappointing par to go 1 back.
Good playing with you guys.
Huh?
Good playing with you.
Yeah, that was a better round.
Yeah, better than the first one.
Nate and Ross at 11 under, and Arek 1 back at 10 under, going into the last hole, which is the hardest hole, mainly because the green, the basket is on top of a platform, and it's way downhill. That looks like a good shot from Nate. He's pin high right with about 25 feet left. And looks like Ross is on the opposite side, about 25, 30 feet, putting up to an elevated basket. This is definitely a scary green. Arek, a little too much pop on that, and he's going way long. This is Arek to try to put some pressure on these guys to make their putt. He's got a comebacker for par. Ross was trying to decide if he needed to make this, but Nate's closer, so he wants to make this.
Oh.
He leaves himself a tester putt. He's up again. He's got to make this, or Nate can just lay up.
Oh, yeah.
Great putt, clutch,
Well done.
to stay at 11 under par to finish the round. Nate for the win. Oh, he just misses a little right. Arek to stay at 10 under par.
After watching you airball, I got so
Hits the cage. And he'll be taking his bogey. Nate to stay at 11 under par. Be tied with Ross. Well, it looks like Ross is taking the win with the par on the last hole. This is the hardest hole, like I said, mainly because of this green, as you can see. So 2 bogeys and a par. Ross finishes 11 under, Nate 10 under, and Arek 9 under. Great battle for these guys, and a fun little glow course that Arek made. Thank you for stopping by Freestyle Disc Golf.